Hi everyone, it's Aleem here. In this video, we're walking through exercise 1-19 from the Horngren accounting textbook. This has been a really popular question amongst student emails, and I thought it would be a good idea to walk through how to do this. What we have over here are three different companies: Fraser Company, Delta Company, and Pine Company. And what we've been asked to do is to find the missing amounts for each of the following businesses. Now, we're told that assets and liabilities are $350,000 and $200,000 respectively, which, if we remember the equation A equals L plus E, allows us to figure out the balance in owner's equity at the beginning of the period. So if our assets are $350,000, which are equal to our liabilities, which are $200,000, well, to that we have to add owner's equity, which means our owner's equity must be equal to $150,000 at the beginning of the year. At the end of the year, what it tells us is that our assets are equal to $500,000, which are in turn equal to our liabilities of $250,000 plus equity. And here we can solve for equity, and we're going to get $250,000. So what this tells us is that during the year, this business increased its owner's equity from $150,000 to $250,000. And what we need to figure out then is, how did they do that? The changes in owner's equity from beginning of the year to end of the year include a number of things. So let's take our beginning owner's equity. That's $150,000. To that, we're going to add our investments by owner. And they don't tell us that, so we're going to just put an X there for now. That's what we're looking for. What we would also add is our profit, or our net income. And we get our net income by taking our revenues minus our expenses. And we're actually given both of those numbers up here. So if we take our revenues of $660,000, and we subtract our expenses of $460,000, we get our net income, and therefore our net income is equal to $200,000. So here we can say plus net income of $200,000 minus our withdrawals, also known as drawings. And does it give us that in the question? I think it does. Let's take a look here. Yeah, withdrawals are $250,000. So we're going to subtract our withdrawals of $250,000. Sorry about the colors here. And then that's going to give us our ending owner's equity, which we also solved to be equal to $250,000. So now all we need to do is we need to solve for X. And if we do that, we'll get X is equal to $150,000. All right, so let's try Delta Company. Once again, we know our beginning owner's equity of $300,000. We know our liabilities are $120,000. And therefore, our beginning owner's equity, we can just solve, and we get $180,000. Remember, A equals L plus E. I'm going to go a little faster on this one because obviously we've now gone through the first one. Our ending owner's equity, assets are equal to $360, liabilities of $160. Therefore, owner's equity at the end of the year was $200,000. Okay, and what else do we know? Well, we know our investments by owner were $0, our withdrawals were $150. We know our revenues were $350, and we're looking for our expenses. All right, so if we know all of that, let's see if we can put this back into our equation and figure all of this out. Our beginning owner's equity, again, was $180,000. To that, we'll add our investments by owner. And our investments by owner were, how much were they? $0. Then we're going to add our net income. And do we know our net income? Let's see here. No, I don't think we were given that, were we? We were given our revenues, we weren't given our expenses. So for now, I'll leave that as X. We know our investments by owner, we know our net income. We're going to subtract our withdrawals. And that's minus 150. This is going to give us our ending owner's equity. which we worked out earlier to be $200,000. So now we can solve for x, and our net income then is equal to $170,000. Now we know our net income is also equal to our revenues minus our expenses. So we now know our revenues minus our expenses are equal to $170,000. We're told in the question that our revenues were $350,000 minus our expenses, and that's going to give us $170,000. Finally, we can solve for our expenses, and we get that our expenses are equal to $180,000. All right, I'll leave Pine Company up to you to solve, but that is hopefully going to help you with some of the questions in the homework. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye for now.